What's going on, everybody? My name is Brad. I'm the Pittsburgh Cardboard Junkie, and tonight is the 15th, and we will continue our journey on the search for the Frank Thomas No Name. On the front, there's a couple good rookies in the set. There's the Griffey second year, which you can see on the front of the box here, and then there's Juan Gonzalez, there's Bernie Williams, Sammy Sosa, of course the Frank Thomas. I think I'm missing one, Larry Walker. So those are your rookies. None of them are worth a ton of money except for the no-name Frank Thomas, which is the whole purpose of this video. So let's get unloaded here, and we will start. I have another cello box waiting for next month, and then I'm going to have to start looking for another box of these. I'll probably actually start as soon as I'm done opening this box, because I'll try to stay a couple boxes ahead. But here we go. Let's do this. Let's see if we can find it. First stack, first pack. Looks like some PSA 10 gum there that I just threw away. All right, here we go. Jose Gonzalez, Marcus Lawton, Glenn Allen Hill, Greg Jeffries, Bruce Ruffin, Wilson, Carmelo Martinez, Frank Tana, Tom Browning, Jeffrey Leonard, Barry Larkin, Mike Fitzgerald, Todd Burns, and Charlie Huff. Propaganda piece can be thrown away. Having a hard time. Pack's kicking my butt. All right, Chris Bosio, Willie Rudolph, Paul Gibson, Jack Howe, George Brett, Mitch Williams, Devon White, Tom Lawless, Danny Cox, Mike Maddox, Kevin Tapani, Bobby Thigpen, Checklist, Andy Bennis, Doug Strange. Will Clark, Eddie Murray, Ken Griffey Jr. We got the Ken Griffey Jr. Gold Cup. Jeff Montgomery, Dan Plesac, Tony Gwynn, Mike Smith, Jeff Pico, Danny Walling, Roger McDowell, Jim Abbott, Paul Coleman, Kelly Downs, and Jim Aker. So 2 packs in, and we got one of the cards. Okay. Kelly Gruber, Mariana Duncan, Ben McDonald, Ray Searage, Roger Clemens, Danny Jackson, Mackie Sasser, Willie Wilson, Marty Barnett, Tom Herr, Robin Yount, Walt Weiss, Hubie Brooks. A lot of big stars so far in all these packs. So I guess we got that going for us. See, I think this and the last box I think they came from the same case, so I'm not expecting to get the Frank Thomas. I actually went to a card shop in South Carolina last time I was down there, and the guy told me you're never going to find it. And I said, but isn't that part of the fun of looking for it, that you think you're never going to find it? Gary Wayne, Marquise Grissom, Dave Johnson, and Tom McCarthy. All right, next. No rookies yet. Pat Perry, Jeff Juden, Jesse Orozco, Ed Whitman, Sergio Valguez, Mike Smith, Lance Blankenship, John Dobson, Jack McKeon. Look at them glasses. Rick Shue, Kevin Gross, a terribly cut Kevin Gross, Luis Aquino, Jeff Blouser, Jay Tibbs, Dwight Smith. Robin Yount All-Star, Mike Stanton, Bruce Benedict, Bob Kipper, Milt Thompson, Mike Scott, John Franco. I feel like the angle's a little bit off today. Tom Kelly, Jeff Reed, Kevin Seitzer, Mike Scioscia, Dion James, Mike Fielder, Doug Cenzio, and Dickie Thon. John Candelaria, Don Mattingly, Roy Smith, Ricky Horton, Rob Ducey, Rafael Palmeiro, Jack Morris, Juan Samuel, Steve Jeltz, Jim Eisenrich, Jay Bell, Bill Landriam, Steve Lake, Harold Reynolds, and Darren Dalton. Not doing so good. Doug Jones, Nick Essick, I don't forget it. Mark Langston, Steve West, Steve Farr, Stephen Olam. That's two Steves in a row. Jeff Parrott, Jesse Barfield, Randy Bush, Mark Davis, a terribly cut Mark Davis, Charlie O'Brien, Alan Anderson, Jim Carosi, Lee Gutterman, Jim Hayes, Gary Getty. Paul Kilgus, Brian Smith, Roger Craig, Carlton Fisk, Kurt Stillwell, Spike Owen, Jack Armstrong, Greg Walker, Bill Thompson, Juan Neves, Mike Scott, John Franco, Sean Abner, Tim Cruz, Rick Aguilera, and Rod Nichols. Man, this has been a real bummer. Mike Heath, Greg Minton, Fred McGriff, Sean Dunston, Joe Carter, Terry Kennedy, Cal Ripken, Eric Anthony, Felix Jose, Herman Wingingham, Ozzie Smith All-Star, Chris Bossio, Danny Cox, Mike Maddox, and Kevin Tepani. I mean, lots of stars, but no rookies. Bob Guerin, Candy Maldonado, Ken Williams, Terry Pendleton, Jeff Ballard, Shane Raleigh, Jay Howe, a terribly cut Ken Caminetti. It's like every once in a while I have one of those. Kent Anderson, Mike Doon, Alex Sanchez, rookie card, future star. Jason Grimsley, Jim Rice, Fred McGriff All-Star, Jimmy Jones, and a Bob Locke. Willie McGee, Jeff Robinson, Dave LaPointe, Luke Jim Audeby, McDowell, Alfredo Griffin, Dick Schofield, Luis Soho, Mark Williamson, Jeff Musselman, Checklist, John Costello, Will Clark All-Star, Sandy Alomar, and Don Paul. Don with two N's. So almost through two stacks, and we have one of the decent cards from the set. And when I mean decent, I mean $1. Ron Kittle, Terry Francona, Vince Coleman, Bo Jackson. Would have loved that card as a kid. A big Bo Jackson fan. Mike Bilecki, Pete Smith, Bo Allred, Matt Young, Atlee Hamaker, Calvin Scaraldi, Daryl Boston, Jay Buhner, Jeff Hudson, Cal Ripken All-Star. Joe Magrane, All-Star Dan Murphy, Joel Skinner, Phil Stevenson, Charlie LeBrant, Brian Clutterbuck, Lonnie Smith, Mark Grace, Chris Sabo, Hershiser, Jose Alvarez, Steve Frey, Barry Bonds, and Brian Holton. Disappointing box. 2 more to go on the second stack. Okay. Don August, Pat Borders, Mike Flanagan, Ivan Calderon, Gary Sheffield Gold Cup, Fernando Valenzuela, John Moses, Mark Gubizak, Jose Guzman, Randy Velarde, Brett Saberhagen All-Star, Steve Bedrosen, Sid Bream, Dan Bordello, and a Bernie Williams rookie. Bernie Williams has arrived at the party. He is checked in. Rookie card. Oh, I got a Frank Thomas in this pack. It's the last card. Perfect. Claudel Washington, Darnell Coles, Paul Molitor, Alvaro Espinoza, Eddie Winston, Wally Joyner, George Bell, Jose Lynn, Carmelo Castillo, Craig Biggio, Steve Davis, Adam Peterson, Willie Frazier, Tom Gordon, and here it is, Curt Schilling in front of the Frank Thomas no name. There it is. Keep going. Let's see. It is not the card we were looking for. All right, well, we got one. We got the Frank Thomas, though. I think last time I almost threw away the Curt Schilling. Sorry, Kurt. So that's 2 rookies in the last 2 packs. The rookie we're looking for, but not the error card. So that was fun. I think the last one I didn't even get a Frank Thomas. So it's fun to actually find one. Brett Butler. I think this box is pretty much, I don't know. What's the chances? I don't think you're going to get a no-name. Now we're looking for the Sosa, the Walker, and the Gonzalez. Sorry, wrestling with these cards. Craig Biggio, that's not his rookie. No, he's 89. Mike Davis. Bruce Ruffin. Kelly Mann. Bob Rogers. Steve Lyons. And for a Francisco Cabrera to rip up, it's going to be my tradition when I open this, is anytime I see him, I'm going to rip that card in half live, right here on this video. Gene Harris, Alan Trammell, B.J. Surhoff, Brooke Jacoby, Mickey Hatcher, Bobby Bonilla, Steve Finley, Bob Ojeda, Jim Gott, Kevin McReynolds, Bob Ritchie, Lenny Harris, Steve Balboni, and Mark McGuire makes an appearance here. I pretty much got all the star players. Tommy Lasorda, Junior Ortiz, Paul O'Neill, Steve Bichette, Jim Presley. And how much better would sets have been back in the day if they had inserts? Louis Valentine, Jerry Roos, Mark Lemke. And I guess when you have an 800 card set, you don't need inserts. But the Topps baseball cards now still have 800 cards on them, and they have inserts added. So Dave Clark, Keith Hernandez, Hal Morris, Frank White, Greg Zundell, Manny Lee. Barry Lyons, Jeff Treadway, Matt Noakes, Ricky Jordan, Chuck Finley, Bobby Thigpen, checklist, Andy Bennis, Doug Strange, Jose Gonzalez, Marcus Lawton, Glenn Allen Hill, and Greg Jeffries. Dave Madigan, Jeff Brantley, Norm Charlton, Greg Litton, Juan Bell, Mike Jeffcoat, Mike Bodecker, Doug Jones, Nick Esky, Mark Langston, Bruce Benedict, and Bob Kipper. Jim Rice, Fred McGriff, Jimmy Jones, Bob Locke, Eric Anthony, Felix Jose, Herm Winningham, Ozzie Smith All-Star, Rick Yeti, that's just yet, Ron Darling, Ken Howe, Ricky Henderson, Tom Foley, Randy Johnson, that's the second year, Felix Fermin. So, I mean, almost every star players showed up here. Still missing 3 of the big rookies. Sosa, Juan Gonzalez, and Larry Walker. Jim Candelosi, Ruben Serra, Chris Gwynn, Kent Anderson, Mike Doon, Alex Sanchez, Grimsley, Darryl Strawberry, Carlos Martinez, Jimmy Key, Andy Hawkins, Eric Snow, Nelson Lariano. Oh, sorry. Sergio Valdez, Mike Smith, John Dobson, Kirby Puckett All-Star, Steve Cummings, Marvin Freeman, Francisco Cabrera. There he is, folks. My arch nemesis. You're going to get it. There you go, buddy. And the story behind this is when I was a young child, you hit a hit that ruined my life. No, I'm just kidding. He hit a hit that sent the Atlanta to the World Series and eliminated the Pittsburgh Pirates. I believe it was 1992. And I remember crying. I was probably 12 years old because we knew it was over. Bobby Bonilla had already left, and Barry Bonds was in his last season. We all knew he was going to leave. There's nothing the Pirates could do to sign him. The small market Pirates, still the same now that they were back then. And it was just a sad moment for me as a child, and I hate that guy because he's like a nobody, too. That's the worst part. He never did anything else, really. Let's see. Now that we've went through, my psychology, and, you guys see how scarred and abused I am in life. Tim Jones, Wallace Johnson, Joey Bell, Chuck Krim, Rene Gonzalez, Rick Leach, Brent Saberhagen, Roberto Kelly, Sean Abner, Tim Cruz, Rod Nichols, Pat Perry, Jeff Juden, okay. All right, Kirby Puckett, Danny Tarple, Mike Morgan, German Gonzalez, Tony Phillips, Greg Harris, Joe Morris, Drew Hall, Jeff Russell, Alejandro Pena. Dennis Lamp. I love Lamp. Jeff Reardon, Rob Dibble, Rick Rochelle, Roberto Alomar, John Kroc, Kevin Apier, Steve Sachs, Mike Schmidt, turn back the clock, Kirk Gibson, Scott Terry. We got 5 packs to go. Still missing quite a few of the rookies. Charlie Hayes, the father of Brian Hayes, the Pittsburgh Pirate third baseman. Jody Reed, Fred Lynn, Greg Milkey, Nolan Ryan, 5,000 strikeouts. Harold Baines, Gary Templeton, Mark Parent, Rick Sutcliffe, Billy Ripken, Tony Lasorda, Jerry Reed, Jose De Leon, and Lenny Dykstra. All right, Dennis Eckersley, Ken Phelps, Kurt Ford, Randy Myers, Ozzie Smith makes an appearance. I think that's not his first card. John Smoltz, that is not a rookie. I think 89 also for him. Ryan Sandberg, Rafael Belliard, Mike Smithson, is it Eichhorn? Kevin Brown, and Jeff Torborg. Al Newman, Derek Lilliquist, Dave Schmidt, Louis Polonia, Larry Sheets, Cecilio Gonte, Alan Anderson, Jim Carosi, Corey Schneider, Randy Kutchner, Juan Gonzalez in the last few packs shows up. Ruben Sierra, Jeff Jackson, Andy Van Slyke, my hero, Andy Van Slyke. 2 more. Okay, Todd Worrell, Bill Schroeder, Mark Guthrie, Dave Parker, Joe Price, Sid Fernandez, Steve Wilson, Greg Myers, Zane Smith, Glenn Davis, Nolan Ryan. Last pack. Dave Clark, Keith Hernandez. Well, give me a so-so. Last pack magic. Nolan Ryan, 5,000. Doc Gooden, Lance McCullers. No Sammy Sosa. So that's it. We got 3 of the rookies. A Frank Thomas with a name on it. And the Ken Griffey Jr. second-year Gold Cup. So that's it for tonight. The journey will continue. Like I said, next month we will break this box of cellos. Some people say these are the ones that'll be in, but I hear that about every style. So I'll keep these rolling in as long as I can still buy them. I appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Peace out. See you.